Hello, greetings. It is now 1 a.m. in the morning and I still haven't went to sleep. I got things on my mind. So let's talk about the power of forgiving people and then not forgiving people. Me, myself, I'm not a hateful person per se, but I have tried to forgive people, in my life, especially people who are family members. Now, out of everybody who in my family, whoever said or did something to me that I didn't like and never apologized, I really want to tell them about themselves. But honestly, people just, I don't know, for whatever reason, they be hiding the fact that they still feel some type of way about me or whatever. It's only one person that I could say that in the family who I tried to forgive. And then once I tried to forgive them, then they go turn around and do something else. You don't get any more chances. I'm not going to keep on forgiving you and you keep on showing your ass to me. You show your ass to me once, it's a warning. But if you keep repeatedly showing your ass to me, doing me wrong or whatever, I'm not forgiving you anymore. And then this person have the audacity to expect an apology from me because they say that I never called them back. Even when my mom was living, rest in peace, R.I.P. to my mom. Her birthday was just on February the 7th. I miss her very much. Even when my mom was living, this person never took the time to come and visit my mom and me and my sisters just to say hi or whatever. That person was always like distant. Really jealous of my mom, to be let's just tell the truth. So it's like when they gonna confront me and tell me, oh, I called you and you didn't call me back, it's laughable because how can you expect me to feel like your phone call was coming from a good place? And it wasn't. Like, I didn't want to hear, from what I hear, some people say when I was in the hospital, that person asked about me or whatever, and they meant to call up at the hospital when everybody thought I was basically gonna die or whatever, and I had my stroke, but I don't think so. And then, like, right after my stroke, and then I had to be talked into going to a Mother's Day party. That person didn't even show up because they didn't want to face me, because they still holding a grudge against me for something that happened so long ago, even though they know they were in the wrong. That's why I say I cannot, I'm not going to keep on forgiving them. And I've reached out to them and hugged them at a funeral. And, okay, the words that my cousin was preaching up on the stage saying, oh, it's time to let go. It's time to let go and forgive people. But it's like, how can I keep forgiving somebody who still have hate in their heart for me? It makes no sense. I'm over it. You don't call and say happy birthday to me every year, okay? And you will get the same type of treatment from me. Their birthday is coming up, and I'm not calling and saying happy birthday to them either. Sometimes in order to get respect, respect has to be earned. Start respecting me, and then I will respect you, point blank, period. Because if you want to sit up there and still be mad at me and still hold a grudge against me just because I told people most close to me that you were coming over to my grandma's house while I was staying there, nitpicking and saying little things to me, you were. And then you're going to get mad because one of my sisters stood up for me and told you to stop doing what you was doing. I was very vulnerable at that time. My mom had just passed. Wasn't over it then, still not over it. Like, how dare you come over there and do what you did, and then something else they did too. Now, I'm not going to go all into that, but the most thing, like, you to still be holding a grudge like that at your old age, almost 70, you wrong. You wrong as fuck. You wrong. You wrong. Then you want people in the family to take up for you and everything against me and treat me some type of way because you feel some type of way about me. Like, people in this family know I'm an introvert. I don't really fuck with nobody. I don't really say nothing to nobody. And when it comes to me going to family get-togethers, I rarely ever go. My sisters have to beg me to go because, like, if I don't want to go because I don't want to see that person, I'm not going. I don't care what event is happening, Thanksgiving, Christmas, birthdays, whatever. I'm not going. Okay? So let's get that understood. But then when it comes to other people who have wronged me in the past, and like the boyfriend, the ex-rebound boyfriend who broke in my house 3 times. And put his hands on me. Fighting me, this and that, doing this and that to me. It's like, part of me know that I probably need to forgive him for all that, but I'm still upset at him about doing all that. To this day, I feel like he's probably behind bars. And I had seen his mom on my side of town, and I'm looking at her like, what you doing on this side of the town when you always on the north side? But for real though, besides the fact that I just made a story time about him, saying that I was wanted to see him get his karma. And I made a lot of views on that video, by the way. Yeah. 10 dudes pulled up and jumped out of the car and surrounded him. And he, like I said, he's the fucking devil, because I don't know how he got away with talking his way out of getting his ass stomped, out of getting his ass whooped. But whatever he did, whatever he said, it worked, because they was finna bloody him up. And like, I wanted to stand there at the bus stop. I didn't even want to get on the bus and arrive to beauty school early, because I wanted to see him get his karma. I know I couldn't put my hands on him because I was always scared of him. So just to see other people do it, that would have been a treat. All that would have been missing was my popcorn and my soda. And you sit and watch him get his karma. Because that dude had done so much to me. He had done so much to me. And then it's like someone else did something to me last year that I'm not over. About the fight that I was in last year. I'm still not over that. I still want revenge. I still want payback. That's why I always watch that show on TV One called Payback, because I'm tired of people playing on my top and doing stuff to me to hurt me. I don't do shit. I don't ever do anything to nobody. And it just seemed like trouble always like knocking on my door. Never would have thought I would have been in an altercation and a fight like that with another human being. And it's like every day, this person that I'm speaking of is a neighbor. Every day I have to see this bitch driving around, living her life, taking her kids back and forth to school. And I saw her the other day when I was coming from taking out the trash. And when she saw me, she gonna slow down driving her car to stare at me with them glasses on, looking like a fucking Beetlejuice ant. Like, for real, like, it's a good thing that I don't own a weapon and know how to use a weapon. Because if I did, she would be fucked up. Because, like, you don't come to somebody's house and knock on their door just to harm them. I did what I could to protect myself when this person had stepped foot in my house just to fight me. But at the same time, I'm still upset about it and I want payback. I want to get my lick back because how dare you? How dare you? People around here and my neighbors and stuff know that I don't bother nobody, and I did not deserve that day. I didn't deserve it. Whatever the situation was about, it was just wrong because any other time, if that would have happened to any other person, the person who would have came and knocked on the person's door just to fight them, and then the person opened the door thinking that they just want to have a conversation, then the minute they would have swung on that person would have got dealt with. The ambulance, the police, and the crooners, whoever pick up the dead corpse would have been taking that person away in a body bag because they decided to think that they were so big and bad to come to my house and attack me. And like I said, I'm still not over that. I can't exactly get into what all happened with that situation, but it's like this person did other things right after they did that to me. And they still walking around scot-free. You still walking around. That lawyer had called and told me that they was going to put the bitch in jail, and she's still walking around free, walking around here, driving around, living her life. No, ma'am. No, you don't do stuff to people and get away with it. That's why I say it's very hard for me to try to have forgiveness in my heart. It's hard for me to forgive a lot of people. So maybe I need to pray on it and everything, but I don't see myself forgiving that person that I'm talking about. That's related to me, and I don't see myself forgiving the person who came step foot in my house and attack me, because honestly, if I had a weapon and knew how to use the weapon, she would have been fucked up. She would have been out of here, and then I would have been on the news. Because I don't bother nobody. People know that I don't bother nobody. Like, I'm a very quiet and reserved person, like, but I do have a dangerous side, you know. I think about hurting people all the time. Sometimes I have to pray on that because the things that I wish that I could do to somebody, I know that I'm probably not going to get away with it because they will be fucked up. Honestly, on the real, they will be fucked off on the face of this earth because I'm just tired of people playing with me, playing on my top, and fucking with me because I'm quiet. I'm quiet to a certain extent, okay? Not all the fucking time. But that is the end of this video. And the point is, like, I'm not ready to forgive people until I'm ready to forgive them. Period. But this is the end of the video, y'all. And till then, stay blessed.